those of us who are on our journey of ascension and reintegration process, this is just a kind reminder, as creating this video is also a reflection of me to myself, that to be kind and open with compassion to those who are not going to ascend, who made the conscious or subconscious choice not to ascend. And I don't mean compassion where you just have to feed the homeless. No, that's a gift if that's what you're in your journey. I don't mean it in that way. What I mean is that those who are in the neutral path or are descending, but has crossed your path, even as you're walking down a park or you're navigating your favorite trail, and all of a sudden you find yourself speaking to each other. That's divine. See, these individuals, remember, they are versions of us that are working with the grid work of Mother Earth. They do not necessarily have to be conscious, but if you open your heart just for a second and greet them in the same manner as you would enjoy someone greeting you the same, they commonly and often, because it's you, they will offer information of some kind that will be necessary for you as you continue on your journey. Your presence, as you see them from soul to soul, will remind them what the world forgot. See, oftentimes these individuals, they had to dim their lights because they got tired of the world not seeing them. And oftentimes they didn't give up. Be surprised what they have to say. Sure, they'll say some crazy stuff, but you know what? They're gonna remind you certain paths that perhaps that you chose not to take. Or maybe you came from that path. And they're here reflecting on you and reminding you something special, that you are not them in that state as we speak. But that also you are there to reintegrate, reweave, as in weaving, parts of you that may not have been healed. Leave no stone left unturned. What you're doing is that you're rewriting your story, and you're offering sight for you and that individual the same. Just yesterday, I was going to my favorite tree to train my Qigong and my Gong Fu, and I saw a tent over there. At the moment, I saw one homeless man there, and I was a little bit annoyed because it's my spot, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, okay, it's all good. Free world. Let me just train. And in the middle of my training, he goes and speaks to me in Spanish, and he goes, oye, ¿qué hora? What time is it? And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna ignore the shit out of it because I'm pissed. I don't like to be disturbed or disrupted when I'm in training, because that's just my time. But I just stopped and I looked at the time, and the time was actually my birthday. It was in the afternoon. I'm not gonna mention my birthday in public, but that was the time. It's in December, but I just said 12 o'clock, but it was 12 something. And I just said, it's 12 o'clock. He said, all right, go back in my training. I trained ferociously. It was a hot day yesterday for about an hour. As I was coming back to myself and bringing all my chi back to my lower dantian, he calls me again. He was like, oye, perdóname. Like, excuse me. I was like, okay, all right. You know, my initial response was that, like, it doesn't matter if you're homeless or not, by the way. I was like, I'm like, all right, now you're being rude. But I didn't say anything. He just goes, I didn't want to bother you, but I was watching you the entire time, and you look like that guy from the movie Ip Man, which I think Ip Man was supposedly a true story based on Bruce Lee when he was young growing up. And when he said that, that was so endearing. I was like, oh my God, really? I was like, coming from you, that really makes all the world of a difference. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Then he mentions my name in Spanish. I'm Marcus, and in Spanish they call me Marco, Marcos, or Marquito. And I'm like, how the fuck does he know my name? And I'm staring at him, and what he was doing is he was telling me his name. We had the same name. I was like, what? And I just stared there, and I was like, oh my gosh, is your name Marcus? And he was like, yeah, my name is Marcus. So we hugged. And he had no shirt on, and he had this big tattoo. It was like a really nice tribal tattoo, and it was a lion. I was like, bro, you know that's a powerful tattoo, man, because I'm a lion at heart, but I walk with Lyra, man. That's my people, that's my tribe, you know what I'm saying? And he just goes, I love your energy, and I appreciate you. Maybe one day you can show me some of your martial arts. I would love to train with you one day. And then he goes about telling me that he's from Guatemala, and that his girlfriend or his wife who was in the tent. I didn't see her. I didn't know she was inside the same tent. That she's Colombian, and yeah, he had a rough life. But when he started to open up, I really did see a version of me. I really did, and I saw a brother. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't necessarily have to make that kind of contact to be able to read somebody's aura and interchange information to know this, but this was organically profound. There's information that became comprehensible to me that I would not be able to speak in words, that I required. He's just a regular, powerful man that's resetting his life, that's looking for a way out in his way. Later on, I go to a cafe, put on my earpiece because I'm editing a video. And to my left, there's a young family, a Latin family. And I overheard her saying that she's from Guatemala. And she was giving a lot of information about her going to Philadelphia, which I was born there and I have a lot of family in Philadelphia. And there were other synchronicities. But Guatemala was a big one for me because I've never met anyone from Guatemala. I never hear anyone speak of Guatemala. And on the same day, there you go, voila, it was meant to happen. So it was like my past self and my future self at the cafe, we were meant to work some way in synchronicity, in some cohesive effort. And again, the information that is continuing to unravel. So I'm grateful to that Marquitos, that lion over there, my lion brother. Not all earth angels that fall are fallen angels. Remember that.